listeners. Do you dream of stepping onto the TEDx stage and sharing your ideas with the world? Well, now is your chance. I'm excited to announce the TEDx Quest Challenge. It's a 5-day journey designed to help you craft your TEDx talk and land your dream speaking gig in 2025. Starting on January the 13th, each day we'll release a new podcast episode packed with actionable insights to guide you from idea to application. Plus, there's bonus tools to support you and your journey. So you get access to the TEDx Speaker Readiness Checklist, a pitch template, and even a live Q&A with me. So if you're ready to make your dream a reality, sign up now using the link in the show notes and join the TEDx Quest Challenge. Let's get you one step closer to the TEDx stage. Welcome to the Words That Change Lives podcast, helping leaders, coaches, and small business owners to 10 times the impact of their message. Join us as we delve into the art of powerful language, enabling you to speak with unwavering honesty, communicate authentically, and create a lasting impression with every word. So when you think about making a real impact as a speaker, it's easy to focus solely on getting the next gig or just focusing on delivering an inspiring talk. But what if I told you that speaking can be far more than just a series of standalone events? Imagine creating a strategy where every talk, every client interaction, every opportunity is part of a much bigger picture. A plan that elevates your entire brand, that attracts aligned clients and positions you as the thought leader people remember. Well, good news, because today we're diving in to how to build a 2025 speaker strategy that does exactly that. I want to help you make speaking the cornerstone of your thought leadership, not just another box to tick. I invite you to zoom out and look at things a bit differently. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because I've worked in this business for a while now, and I don't just help people to deliver talks. I help them to do that as part of a much bigger, wider strategy that incorporates everything they are, everything they stand for, and everything they do. That then informs how they show up, what they're pursuing, where they're focusing their efforts, and how they're communicating all those amazing things. And not just in a keynote talk, which of course I help people with, not just in a TED talk, which of course I help people with too. Too often speakers treat each engagement as like a one-time opportunity, and it's really important to look at things holistically. If you align your speaking with your brand and your unique expert methods and the problems you solve, it becomes a key piece of your entire thought leadership and business strategy. So it's kind of the door opener to your expertise, your ideas, and the greater impact you make. But it's not the only thing in isolation. And there's a few things that I want to help you look at in terms of how you can bring this to life for yourself. I'm all about the practical, right? And there's a few things that I use, that I've built, that I help my clients with that can really help look at this the right way. So if you're in like energizing mood at the moment, you're setting yourself up for success this year, you want to do things the right way, then this episode is for you. Because before we dive into the strategy, I want to help you get clear on where you are right now. And the way that you can help yourself get clear on where you are right now is with my AIR assessment. It's in the show notes. You can click on that and you can download that and you can take yourself through that. And it's designed to give you insight into 3 crucial areas which force you to look at things strategically. So you look at your authority, your impact, and your reach. Now, these areas are your foundation, and they'll help you understand your strengths and where you need to grow to truly show up as a thought leader and a speaker in 2025. So let's look at each component briefly. The first is authority. This helps you position yourself as a credible expert and go-to resource in your field. So you're looking at very key components in the area of authority, including things like your brand, your core story, your expert method, the ideas you want to share. So authority is a really important part of the puzzle to look at because it's the things that are going to get you known for the things you want to be known for, not just as a speaker, but as an authority in your particular area of expertise. The second is impact. So it's about how you're communicating effectively, powerfully, and consistently with your audience. Now, there are several components when it comes to that. And it's not just on the stage, it's how you're communicating at networking events, online, in pitches, in talks, in TED Talks, in keynote talks, however you are communicating your messages and ideas. And how you're doing that with presence, by utilizing storytelling, by utilizing effective strategies for communication, and growing and upskilling yourself in those areas. It's a skill. Some people have it more naturally than others, but that's where I share my structures and my techniques and my strategies from all of my experience in working with people in the business world, as in the online business world, and also the corporate leadership world as well. And then the third area is reach. It's about getting in front of the right people through your visibility and strategic outlook. And there's a number of different ways that you can do that. There's a myriad of ways that you can get reach, both online and in person. And it's about looking at reach as a strategy for yourself in terms of how you can be focusing on the right things for your visibility in a way that feels good for you. So by doing this assessment, you're going to get a clear view of your strengths and your areas of development because it scores it up for you. And then you can look, okay, right. So maybe my impact is something I want to be working on. And maybe I want to be focusing on reach after that. But my authority is good. Something like that. So without further ado, I would complete that, maybe pause this, go to that, do that, and come back. Because then you've got a clear idea of, okay, this year I want to be focusing on this particular area because I've got the keynote nailed, or I've got, I've got my structures nailed in terms of impact, but maybe I want to be focusing on my reach. Maybe you want to focus on all three, but it's a good exercise to get you to zoom out. And then we employ my second method, which I call the chocolate room strategy. Just to let you know, we've got podcast episodes focusing on these two things separately in terms of things like expert method and the areas of the AIR assessment in other episodes. And then I also have a dedicated episode to the chocolate room strategy. So go back and listen to those if you want more details around them. However, I'm kind of combining the two today. So the chocolate room strategy is a structured approach I created to help speakers go beyond one-off gigs and develop lasting relationships with corporate clients. So it's about using your speaking as the starting point to open doors, or as an option to open doors amongst your other suite of offerings to more extensive and valuable work that is longer term and sustainable. Yes, you can be a speaker in your own right. There are many people who have speaking as a profession. They deliver high paid keynote talks. Great, perfect. I'm not necessarily talking about those people. I'm talking about you. If you run a business, if you have an area of expertise that can benefit a corporate audience, where they do pay very well for keynote talks, but also there's an opportunity to go in and solve problems with your other services, your consultancy services, your coaching, your training, your mentorship, your consultancy, whatever that looks like for you. And so the first step of this is creating the expert method. Now, this ties in with authority in the AIR assessment. An expert method is a foundational piece, and it requires you to create a unique framework that communicates what you do in a clear and memorable way. And this sets you apart in a crowded market as it helps clients see exactly how you solve their problems. It can be communicated in a one-pager, in an infographic, but it can be unpacked into programs and solutions, but it's solely focused on your expert method. Now, I have another episode on the expert method that you can use to create your own. I also offer services in helping people create it. I've created a custom GPT to help people create their expert method. So do get in touch at hello@helenpackham.com if you need help with that part. But having an approach, a unique approach based on your expertise, your tried and tested results from the past, your framework, your model, it could be, points on a map, steps on a ladder, whatever it might be. is going to be your expert method, your way of helping people. From there, you're going to create a signature talk. A signature talk could be the entry point as an introduction that leaves the audience wanting more. It aligns with your expert method. It aligns with the big problems that you can solve. And it shows people what you're about without fully solving the problem, because you can't fully solve a problem in a keynote, but you can really inspire and you can share golden nuggets that can help solve a big problem. But you invite them to learn more through your deeper engagements. And your deeper engagements are your aligned offerings. So this is where you map out your offerings in line with the themes of the talk. It could be workshops, leadership programs, coaching, longer term solutions, consultancy work. But this is where you go deeper into the topics you've introduced, the ideas, the concepts you've introduced at the keynote level. So you deliver the keynote and people, they're engaged, they like you, they connect with you, they like your thoughts, they see the high level problems that you can solve, you're inspiring them with your words and your stories, they want to know more. So aligning your offerings in this way enables you to open the door to your chocolate room. And the chocolate room is where all your treats reside. That could be further work, consultancy, coaching, leadership programs, all those sorts of things that you can develop and build long-term relationships. So this is a strategy that really works. I use this strategy. I've managed to develop some really great long-lasting relationships after delivering one talk or a lunch and learn that was aligned with my other offerings. I'm doing this whole new thing again next year. I've got a new expert method. I'm currently creating the outline of a book for this, a signature keynote talk for this, and it's completely aligned with all of my other offerings, a leadership program, a very comprehensive high-level executive coaching program. It's all in alignment. This is me walking and breathing and walking the talk with delivering this type of thing. So thinking about that strategically before you then go and pitch yourself for gigs or put yourself in front of, it's a really good exercise to do, because the purpose of this is to sustain these relationships. So if you do land a gig, you get invited to deliver a virtual or in-person gig, that you don't just go in, deliver the gig and leave. There's so much opportunity you're missing there. So as you work with an organization on a keynote, it's about understanding the audience, building relationships, identifying the key stakeholders and decision makers, listening to their ongoing needs and introducing your other services and support, rather than seeing this as a transactional affair, a transactional model. Is a genuine connected partnership. For me, it's a no-brainer, but I know sometimes it's hard to see things in this way if you're just focusing on delivering talks and getting paid for it. I want you to invite you to look differently at it, because you want to build long-term relationships. If you're in a service-based business, you're a coach, a consultant, a trainer, a mentor of some type, you want to deliver speaking, but you also have other services. You could deliver things by license. You can stack your services. You can create more passive income. Now, Jessica Lorimer is the best person to talk to with regards to those sorts of things, but for me, this is my approach with the AIR assessment and the chocolate room strategy. So as you develop your speaker strategy, then you can refer back to the AIR assessment. Each stage of the chocolate room strategy builds on authority, impact, and reach. And it's helpful to use your assessment results as a guide. So with authority, it's about ensuring that your expert method reflects your unique expertise and positions you as a thought leader. That's a really good place to start. When it comes to impact, are you leveraging your communication skills? Are you working on those to deliver captivating and impactful signature keynote talks? And with reach, it's about identifying where to showcase your expertise, finding the decision makers to connect with, and growing your visibility strategically. So it's about thinking about where those corporate decision makers are. LinkedIn obviously is your friend with this, creating outreach strategies, looking at speaking gigs that are available, and building your reach strategy around that. There's so many online opportunities, by the way, as well. There's so many virtual opportunities available, lunch and learns, hour-long keynotes that are delivered for special events, summits, all those sorts of things. So by using AIR to enhance each step, you'll then have a strategy that not only opens doors, but keeps them open, helping you make a lasting impact with your credibility. So now it's your turn. I want you to take some time to complete the AIR assessment, map out where you're strongest and where you need to grow. Then look at how you can create a holistic speaker strategy by aligning your speaking services and expertise into a journey for your clients. This will set you up for a 2025 where you're not just landing gigs or pursuing landing gigs, but you're building a sustainable, meaningful presence in your field. And if you are stuck with this, if you need help with this, this is how I help my clients. Get in touch with me, hello@helenpackham.com, and let's arrange a time to chat. This is my jam. I love helping my clients do this. I'm in my absolute element when I'm helping them conceptualize and strategize on their expertise to achieve their goals, which also includes speaking, but has other elements to it as well. It's a whole picture approach rather than just one strategy. So to wrap up, remember, success in speaking isn't about having a never-ending list of random gigs. I mean, it could be if this is your wheelhouse and you are putting yourself out as a high gig speaker, a high-paid gig speaker, of course. Crack on with that. That's amazing. You probably wouldn't be listening to this podcast anyway. What it is about, it's for those coaches and consultants, those mentors, those trainers who want to open the right doors, build genuine relationships, and deliver value that resonates long after the applause fades. That's what it's all about for me. So here's to 2025, where your voice, ideas, and presence are recognized, appreciated, and deeply valued.
Thanks for listening to Words That Change Lives. Please rate, review and follow on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcasts. It really means the world and helps me to reach more people so that we can all harness the power of our words and change lives for the better.